Tim, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Hi Rene, I want to circle back to two things you mentioned recently. One, after the Real Madrid game, you said sometimes a coach has to decide what type of half-time team talk they're going to give. And you've talked a lot about momentum recently, and those two things were kind of going through my mind because the Liverpool goal kind of comes out of nowhere, but it really killed the momentum, it felt like. And I wondered what your half-time team talk was like today.
The firmest it's ever been. I wasn't happy after the first half. I think no one was. So I was really clear with that we had to higher our standards for the second half. Intensity wasn't high enough. Ball speed wasn't high enough. Positioning wasn't early enough. Not enough of the ball movement. So I was really firm at halftime. But everyone agreed. The players agreed. If I talk about momentum. It's something like you can't control 90 minutes, and you can't say I'm going to play a 90-minute game and I'm going to have momentum for 90 minutes. There's so much more to it. There's an opponent that wants to do things as well. What we have to get better at is the way we react when we concede the goal. For example, those are key events in games, and how do you move on? What's our strategy after those moments? Because I think we also after our own goal, we lose a little bit of intensity in everything we do. We get comfortable. We find more backwards passes instead of forward passes, and that's how you kind of put yourself into a situation that gets hard. Because we said we wanted to spend time in their half as much as possible and suffocate and stack attacks, which I think we did much better in the second half. But first half we play ourselves into our own half, and that's where we make it hard for ourselves. So, but much better second half.
And I wanted to ask about Stina as well, who I feel like some attackers are volume players. In terms of Stina, she's not always as clean as she could be in the penalty area. Sometimes she's offside a bit too much, but she gets lots and lots and lots of shots, and she got lots of shots today and really made the difference. And I wondered, what is it about her mentality, I guess, to forget some of the missed chances and things like that?
Yeah, I've known Stina for so long, and I know that that's been hard for her earlier in her career when she was younger to come back from those moments and just go to the next action with as much belief and conviction. I think that's what she did today. She's such a mature person now and football player. But if you look at everything she creates, we don't reward ourselves early, I think, with the chances she creates or the spaces she creates. But in the end, we do it. I think it's 87th minute or something. But the disruption she creates in the back line is just not only for herself to create things, but also for the team to get spaces elsewhere.
Hello?
Yeah, I wondered if you've been tempted at all to go to a back three at some stage, because when Liverpool scored their goal, it felt like the Red Sea parted. It just suddenly felt like there was a massive gap in the middle. And I wondered if you were tempted at all to bring on another centre-back earlier on.
You mean in the second half or in the first half already?
In the
second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did go to a 5 with Laia Codina the last couple of minutes. It's always a decision, because if your structure is good and you have a pressing system and a system in mid and low block with a back four, if you go to a back 5, it always means change, and you need to do things differently on the pitch. So we always try to find the right moment of when do we do it, do we need to do it. But we had Laia Codina ready. She could have gone on in midfield as well to keep the back four intact, but those last couple of minutes when they started to stack numbers and Clark had a couple of long throws, we thought it was the right decision to go to back 5.
So when Kim came on, it seemed to settle things down a little bit. Were you tempted to bring on Wيليامسون as well? No,
not today. She was in the squad. She was there to get back into matchday routine and for her leadership in and around the team. But we never planned for her to get minutes yet. So the first minutes will be against Twente or Everton as it stands now.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. So she could come on against Twente?
Yeah, as it stands, yeah. So she's still getting back into the team training. She's done a couple of 11v11s now. So we just have to find the right moment. Is it Twente or is it Everton? Or, if things change, then things change. It could be later, but that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, sorry.
How important was it to get the win today, even if at times you must have been a little bit frustrated?
Yeah, very important. This is the last block of 2025, 5 games, and we were absolutely aiming for 3 points here at home. It's the last game at the Emirates for this calendar year. I was relieved at the end because I didn't think we performed well today, especially not the first half. So in the second half we create chances, but we struggled to get the ball into the net. So I was just relieved at the end that we got the 3 points. We deserved the 3 points because I think we concede very little, and we have quite some shots today and shots on target, and we stack attack. So I think we absolutely deserved the win today, but it didn't come easy to us. So the emotion I felt after the game was relief today.
I just wanted to ask you about your young goalkeeper as well, because obviously she's sort of thrown into this today and she's got a bit of a run of matches. How was she feeling afterwards and before as well?
You mean Anneke? Yeah, I think she grew into the game really well. Of course it's not easy. It's her first competitive game for Arsenal at the Emirates in front of so many fans, and but she did well. I think, like I said, first couple of moments maybe, but then we stabilized that really well as a team, as a backline together with the goalkeeper. Now I'm happy for her because she did well for Wolfsburg when she played there at the end of last season. There's of course high competition on the goalkeeper position for us with Daphne, who's been brilliant as well. But Neki has shown that she's ready now and she's taking her chance now while it's opening up. So that's really positive.
Any others? Max?
Hi Renee, perhaps on the win. I wanted to ask about Olivia Smith. First of all, played on the left today, as she did against Real Madrid, having predominantly played on the right before then. Is it quite useful to have a player who is so direct that it gives you that sort of, and I know sometimes you change the wingers mid-game as well in previous games. How helpful is it to have a player who is not only direct and a real goal threat, but also offers you a level of flexibility because they can play on both sides?
Yeah, really good. We have with the 4 wide forwards now with Chloe not being available, but we have Bet who can play on the left and the right as well. Fordy is definitely at her best on the left side. So we have some flexibility, versatility. We also said ahead of this game with Liv starting on the left, that there was going to be, they didn't have their normal fullback in the squad, so we knew that this is something we can exploit with 1v1s. And Beth has really good crossing quality when she plays on the right side. So, but we always, like you said, we always said that they could change in game. And second half when 40 came on, I think she brought so much energy. And then Liv went to the right, and that's why she's more 1v1s going on the outside rather than going on the inside for shots, but going on the outside for crosses. And it's such a pleasure to have such a player in the squad who can do so many different things for you.
And on her goal as well, I mean, it's quite similar to the one she scored against LCL, in that she picks up the ball and she's surrounded by 3 defenders, and you think, well, there's nothing on here, and she manages to produce something amazing. Obviously, she's one of the younger players in the squad, but it almost seems to me like, just in spite of her age, she's almost leading by example in some ways, by the way she's really taking on responsibility in the game. Yeah,
we needed sparks in the first half. We needed players that were going to make something happen and take responsibility and do something to get the rest of the team going. And I think Olivia, like you say, she's a young player, but she did that by her actions, not necessarily but with being vocal and leadership and those things, but with her actions, the way she plays her game, the way she tries to make things happen, that inspires the rest of the team. So yeah, that was really positive. And I think the game changers coming on for us in the second half, they all did that for us as well. Thanks.
We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.